Hey, what's going on, good people? Welcome back. Brand new week. Brand new week, brand new day. What can I say? Am I late? Maybe. Maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a tiny little fraction. I wanted to make sure that I had my streaming settings right. And that's me listening to myself. We are at 720p, so mm, is that gonna be a problem? I don't think so. Even if it is, I'm not gonna change it. Or maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. Let's see how I feel. But hey, man, music. Hopefully, we have a healthier stream today. Yeah, but I mean, we'll see after, you know, we'll see when the day's done. So, but um, yeah, as I'm saying, hopefully we have a better stream. We don't have anything cutting off. You know what I mean? But if you are here and you are watching, give me a shout in the chat so I shout you out. And so that I can show my appreciation. My appreciation for you being here. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Had a bit of a rough week though towards the end of the week last week. I ain't gonna lie. It wasn't fantastic trading on my part, but are we here? Yes, we are. I'm gonna close this window. Yeah, there was like an extra chart that was open, which we do not need. But yeah, hopefully we don't get any lags today. We'll see how it goes. 10 minutes away from the open. Should I talk you guys through what's on the charts, what we're looking at today? Yes, no. I also want to wear my rings, but then I don't know. I feel like they've been bringing me a little bad luck. That's just me blaming the market. That's me blaming external factors for my own performance. But yeah, let's talk about it. I mean, what did I do last week? Wednesday was a bad day. I took a trade. This is Wednesday? No, this is Thursday. Yeah, man, I don't know what's going on with me on Wednesday. But yeah, I took a first loss, and then yeah, I think we're like roundabout here when the market reversed, which is, as you can see, outside of our trading window, which we're gonna make some changes to that. But yeah, like, you know, I took an L, cool, took the loss, and then waited for initial balance, like around 4:30. Where we at? Yeah, waited for initial balance, took a short from initial balance. Didn't really have any level to trade to, any identifiable level to the left. You know what I mean? So as you can see, it was just like kind of in no man's land. And then yeah, and then I was like trying to figure out when to get out. And I kind of held I held the trade. Yeah, hit that, reversed, gone back to initial balance. I hadn't trailed my stop. Eventually came to my senses. I'm not even gonna say I came to my senses. Like, this was FOMC, so Fed spoke, you know, interest rates, whatever, got the spike, didn't get stopped out there. Must have got stopped out somewhere around here. For minus like 500 after taking minus 200, and then I got in a long got in along, but then we have to be out by like 9:10, something like that. And so by 9:10, yeah, it was a bad day, I'm not gonna lie. And then I finally came to my senses on Thursday. Took the one trade, took the L, called it. And that was all on the funded, which sucks because the funded needs a lot of work now. We have like $160 worth of drawdown, which I can pull myself out of it. I just don't want to deal with it right now. So we're on the eval today. I have about $400 worth of drawdown. Yeah, so I can't just enter with the typical 5 lots that we usually do. So that was Thursday. That was Thursday's loss. And then and then on Friday, one of my homies came, paid me a visit. So I wasn't around for stream. I only got back in the house after initial balance, and then I just kind of entered partials. So one contract, another contract, another contract, another contract. Yeah, wasn't a bad trade. Was not a bad trade, but yeah. Anyway, I have gone ahead and I've marked out levels already. Previous week value area low, all the way down here. Previous day value area, previous week value area low, previous day value area low. Not really overlapping, but close enough to the previous week point of control. You just have to trust me. Do I have auto scale? No, I don't. So I don't know why it's being weird about that. But yeah, it's just a few points away. Okay, just take my word for it. Hey, Underdog, what's going on, brother? Good to see you in chat, bro. Yeah. Shout out Underdog Research. Man, I only have positive things to say about you. It's gonna sound like a dedication channel. But yeah, big inspiration to everything that I do musically, financially, personally, with my family, all of that. So yeah, appreciate you being here, brother. I'm gonna try and have a good session today. Let's get my mind in the game. Got some white boy music playing though. Got that unz playing. But previous week value area low down here. What are we looking at? 406. Previous day value area low 432. Previous week point of controls are like 532.25. Previous day point of control 473.25. Previous week value area high 486. Previous day value area high 506.75. And then I marked out our TPOC as a rectangular block because it is kind of a range. Let me show you what I mean. So if you're looking at, so the TPOC is this green bar over here, and it's where price spent the most amount of time. All right. So if I zoom in, you'll see it's not like at a single price. It's kind of like in between prices. Depending on how much you zoom in or zoom out, right? The price will change. 515, 514, between 515 and 514. But yeah, but as I'm saying, if you zoom out a little more, it becomes a little wider, right? So just kind of found a median, right? And I drew it out as a rectangle. So not as a single price point that we're looking at. I also added volume profiles to the TPOs just so we can have a quick glance, and also for the purpose of being able to see these unmitigated point of controls. So this is fair value from the previous day, which is Friday, and this is previous point of control, I believe, from way back. When was this? From the 16th. You know, so we haven't actually retested this point of control, right? So that potentially could be a magnet, right? So if we're looking at it purely as like support and resistance, you could consider this as support, and then you could consider this as resistance. You get me? So we get here, you know, we'll see if price can even trade up there, you know. So that's what's going on with the TPOs. And yeah, I mean, that was our open on Friday. That was a close. We're way above the close, and we do have a little gap up, you know. So we'll see it once I take the overnight value off, you know. Also, another thing I was saying I want to give some consideration is potentially adding a filter, right? So this time in sales doesn't move as quick. I mean, it's fine. It's fine moving at like a filter of 1, and we get to see like each trade, right? But I feel like now more than ever, I feel like now more than ever, I want to start filtering the trades, you know. So start off moderate, like 5. So basically, our big trades are trades that are above 5, right? 5 contracts, you know. Yeah. So as you can see, so we're only printing trades above 5, right? Above a size of 5 and above, you know. So anyway, that's the open. Let's throw on our overnight values now. Overnight session, just so we get kind of an overlook as to, you know, how Asia session was traded, how London session was traded, those combined sessions, you get me? So yeah, this is gonna be our overnight value area high. The whole essence of drawing out these value levels, right? It gives us context as to how value is shifting, which is important, you know. Because what we want to be doing, at least what I want to be doing, is I want to be trading from value level to value level, you know, from value area to value area. And I mean, if you've watched the stream before, if you've been here whilst I was doing this, you will have noticed, hopefully you'd have noticed, that these levels get respected really well, you know. Things happen at those levels. So we either get breaks at those levels, or we start finding support, or we start finding resistance. So that's why I marked them out, right? Overnight value area high, overnight point of control, overnight value area low. The reason why overnight value area low is drawn as a dotted line is because it's not a strong level for me to trade from. It's a strong level, it's a significant level, but just I don't my win rate is kind of poor here with these overnight value area low trades. So but yeah, this is our overnight value. As you can see, pretty D-shaped. We just kind of rotated within the same range, 568 to about 543. Just maintain that same 25-point range, you know. So overnight point of control, let me yeah, let's switch off the extended trading hours and let's just focus on the RTH now, right? RTH regular trading hours. And we will drop a yeah, day session 9:30 to 5 p.m. Just make sure that we're now monitoring our developing volume profiles. You get me? And that's pretty much it, man. Yeah, I guess how we react around overnight point of control is what's gonna give us indication as to whether we're going higher or whether we're going lower. So the point of control is fair value. So if we're accepting fair value, if we're trading above fair value, right? Essentially what we're saying is that, what that could mean is that the participants in the market are willing to pay above fair price for the asset. Okay. That's basically what it means. And if we have a look at the composite volume profile, this is the composite volume profile, which is a summation of the volume from the last 20 days. All right, so all of these mini volume profiles, all of them clustered and put together, they then make this volume profile on the right. And then the same things apply, so we have our value area low, we have our point of control, and then we have our value area high. So how we react around these levels: point of control, value area high. Typically I'd like to be able to trade towards them, but if they also overlap, so for example, what we're looking at, 590. All right, so we're looking at 590, right? And that's right above this, let me open it up. So 590 is just above this TPOC. It's time point of control. So this is where 590 is. That's where the composite volume profile is. The composite volume profile's point of control. And then we have our TPOC here. We have a point of control, we have a time point of control, and we have a composite point of control, and then we have an unmitigated point of control as well. So once we get here, it wouldn't be too far-fetched to expect there to be some chop, for price move in that manner, right? In a sideways manner. See if I can make these volume profiles smaller. Nah, they were fine. I don't want to tinker too much. I don't want to tinker too much. Oh man, my camera's still bugging. I hate that. Because it makes me freeze on screen. You know what I mean? It makes me freeze on stream. Like, so unprofessional. Just have the avatar on just in case. Yeah. Just in case it starts misbehaving again. I think we'll split the volume, not the volume, the TPO chart now. Massive size. You know what? I think let's have this at 10. Reason why I'm filtering the time in sales is because of the orders that do come in, of like the big, you know, big buy orders, big sell orders, whatever they are. I only want to pay attention to the most significant ones. Do you get what I mean? So for example, if I switch this back to 1, it's like literally printing every trade, right? Every trade as it's coming in, and which is all good. But now if I filter it to 10, right? The time in sales does slow down a little. And then also now I can spot big orders as they're coming in. So for example, round about the overnight value area high, right? So 565, right? So at 565, and if I scroll, see if I can see anything. That's printed already. I'm looking for 565 prints so that I can make this point. All right, here we go. So if you see in this green block, right, over here, so 564.50, big trades 12, 11, 11, 11, 11, right? So that's, you know, that's like significant because it means that there was initiative to push the market higher. So now if we get back now to the top, if price has to go back up, we need to see more of those big prints coming in, right? So we need to see more green prints, or otherwise then it's gonna give. All right, so I'm just watching it, just paying attention to like that level, 565, you know, maybe 2 points below it, 2 points above it, and just watching what type of prints come in here. See again, 565, 19, 31, 12, right? So some form of initiative buying from the buyers in the market, right? Hence why we get this, why we got that wick, right? So all of this just so that I can align myself with the side that's winning, you know? So 565s again, 17. It's too early to place a trade though. Okay, cool. 565. See, now we're selling the 565s, 10, 23s. So now if we start seeing more of these red prints below this, then now, you know, you wouldn't be false to assume, false. You wouldn't be wrong to assume, right, that the market's giving up that level. It wouldn't be far-fetched to assume that, is what I'm saying, basically. It's kind of like playing a game of chicken, you know, just to see who's gonna blink first. Let's make these smaller. I don't like how big that was. Volume profile is just a little too big. It's a little too dramatic for me. Okay, here we go. Retest of overnight value area low. As I was saying, you know, we kind of respect these levels, right? Like, we bought it there, went up, and then tried to sell below it, came back up. Tried to sell below it again, came back up, broke through it. Now we're retesting it from the downside, right? So testing it from here, you know. I am hungry. Still wouldn't be too confident about selling it right now. You know, $15.44. Okay, buyers stepped in. Barely, but they stepped in. But yeah, failed break of value area high, and then I would expect us to flash. $65. I'm jumping the gun here. So I mean the TPOC is right here. But yeah, I mean we're not entering with like massive size. And look at that selling at like 570s, 40s, 28s. Let's place this slightly lower. Yeah, I think our stop is fine at 579.50. And then if this breaks, then you know we'll look at maybe adding, yeah, maybe below overnight value area low. Yeah, big buying though. The selling is consistent. But yeah, probably a good call moving the sell stop just below the overnight value area low. If we break these highs, then this trade idea is dead. And it's not just about breaking the highs, right? It's also about breaking above value area high. You know, do have quite a bit of a gap fill as well, you know, so let's have a look at the composite and just see where we are. Yeah, you know, see, we are trading towards that point of control at 590, so that is an immediate magnet, you know. So if it doesn't, yeah, do need to see a break outside of value area high if price is gonna go there. By there I mean to the point of control. Need a break, close above, and then a continuation. Otherwise it would have to, we could potentially see a flush lower. So we are selling those 570s, 572.50, 571. I am cold. $57 is crazy. Yeah, I think if we do break, I would like to see how we react around the overnight value area low before I think of adding another position. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't particular. I mean, yeah, I mean, of course there is some risk in the trade in the sense of, like, I have put, oof, sorry boys, I'm gonna go put on something. Give me a second. Oh yeah. All right, so I mean, yeah, I feel a lot better. RWA, baby. Real world alpha. It's popping. Yeah, so there's that break of the value area high, right? As I said. Break of value area high. That's the retest. So if it stays above that, then, you know, we'll have to take this off. You know, because in that trade, our trade idea will be gone. Good thing I moved entry just below the overnight value. As you can see, we got a tap of it, and now we're going. But yeah, this candle does need to close outside, you know, so it will. So let's take this off. Okay, so that TPOC, we hit that already. Now delta is positive too, so I mean, could be in for a long day. That was a pun, in case you missed it. Yeah, probably 601s could be the target. Just depends. At this point, if we do come back, right, I would want to see a break below, and then yeah, then maybe we could, then not maybe, then we'll enter with the sell limit from 565, you know. Yeah, we just have to wait for break below, retest, and then, you know. Also quite D-shaped though, so. But yeah, 601s feel like a logical target. I just don't have a level to trade from right now. You could argue the value area high, but I don't make trades from value area high. I don't take trades from the developing volume profile, which does suck. Yeah, not that it sucks. I mean, I just don't have like positive expectancy on those trades. So I don't want to start making trades. I don't want to start taking trades that I know don't align. You know? Yeah, man, this hoodie's so warm. Feels like a hug. Feels like a hug from a lost lover. Inappropriate. Keep it PG, please. Okay. $580s, $582s. What's going on there? Yeah, we're like right next, we're close to that point of control, right? 590. Zoom out so y'all can see what I'm talking about. 590. That's that point of control. So either find support there and then continue up. Value area high 609s. Yeah. Give it time. I need to get back in the gym. No lie, I need to get back to the gym, bro. Yo, have not been in a year plus. Nah, not a year plus. I haven't been in a couple of months. Less than a year. But still. I need to get back to the gym so that I can nourish this body. The boy's getting older. Boy's getting older. I need to make sure that these bones are strong. This is stressful work. I ain't gonna lie. This is stressful work. Trading is fun when you're making money, you know? That's when like trading is great. And it's like, oh yeah, $800 a day. And you're running, you tell the whole internet about it. Then trading is great, you know? It's the other days that are pretty tough to deal with. Yeah, some intent here. 63 on the buy side at 586.25. It's pretty massive to not get results, is it not? $586.25. Yeah, so I mean, that needs to give, or okay, so those are our B prints right now. Let's see if we can print above this level. 589.75. If we can get another B print above here, then potentially another 2. You know, we could potentially go higher. But yeah, that 586 level, 586.25. Remember, we're at 63. But a size of 63 there, so it's actually okay. That's pretty interesting. Just doing a little research off the charts. Should be a way to Okay. There's your 590, there's your POC. Hit us out, I told you so, but I did. Touch and rejection. I mean, did trade towards it, did trade to it, and 590 just kind of went above it a little. Now we're at the value area high, so if you did go long from here, it would be a pretty good trade. So 25 points. It's not bad at all. And TPOC is now 583. Bottom of it 582.50. So yeah, so we're kind of looking at the bottom of this candle. If we break below that, you could see another retest of overnight value. And at that point, you know what we're gonna watch? Of course, we're just gonna watch the CVD. Just gonna watch the CVD. Time and sales as well. I mean, shorts from 590 seem like a good trade, but again, you know, it's just that it's not at, there's no level, as you can see on the chart, you know, there's no level, so I don't want to start creating bad habits because they stick, which is what sucks about habits. Because they stick, you know, you do one thing, it works out the one time, and then, you know, your memory holds that, right? And it's like, oh yeah, but I did that one time and it worked, and it's like, yeah, but is it sustainable? Can you do that over a sample size of 100 trades? Can you do that over 100 trades, and is there positive expectancy from that, you know? So, excuse me. From value area high, yeah, sure, could be interested in shorts from there. From the point of control, not so much. So even here, I mean, even at the value area high, you know, the only context that we'll have would be of the developing volume profile, which is not really enough for me. So But yeah, 590 shorts could be something, man. I mean, if you're brave enough, you could try that. 590 shorts, and then you cover at 601. But then again, why would you cover at 601 when that could, easily potentially be a target, It's like right here. It's like 12 points away, 13 points away. So 588. So ACC stands for accumulated volume. So, so 588 kind of has quite a number of buy orders stacking up. And 39, again, 588, 39 added there. I mean 13 added, but accumulated volume 39. So we are kind of stacking up around that 588 area, of which if you think about it, if you really want to, give it some lip service, it does make sense, right? Does make sense for us to start accumulating around this area, because again, it is a point of control, right? We're between point of controls now. Time point of control, composite point of control, and then this unmitigated point of control. So would there be chop here? Yeah. I think safer bet would be if we let go of 582s. Anything below 582s, break, retest. It's not really in the playbook. It's not in the playbook. And we are still above value area highs, so do have a bit of a delta divergence over here. 403. See, from this high to that high. Alright. Price moved up, but delta moved lower, so we could actually let go of the 590s. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if we start, as I'm saying, maybe if we start printing below 582s, then sure. But again, it's just not in the playbook, man. It's just not a trade that it's not a trade that I have data on. stop would go at like 5. Yeah, stop would go here. I guess even though we don't have dates on it, let's collect data, right? Let's accumulate the data. Because we do seem to be stalling around this 590 area. 588, 590, yeah, so. Well, that trade idea is kind of dead. Yeah, I mean, because we are now. Hold on. Yeah, because I mean, we are above that point of control. Excuse me, and yeah, we're above that point of control, and we just have this unmitigated point of control now to hit. You know, so let's take that off. If we trade below 590s again though, or once we start, you know, if we get back inside value, then maybe. Or if this value area shifts higher, or the point of control shifts higher, then maybe, you know. But yeah, but then again, if we are going short, then our target, really moderate target, is VWAP. Yeah. $5.95s. Yeah, sellers are getting aggressive here, though, ain't? Damn. 102 at 594. Yeah, 1625, I think we might need to start thinking about initial balance trades. Actually, we could actually start talking about them now. What an initial balance trade today would look like. I'm just watching the time and sales as well, just to see if I can spot any sign of buyer aggression weakening. Or strengthening. Yeah, I still think we're gonna hit this unmitigated time point of control And once we do, then 609 is in play. I think right about 609. Yeah, maybe around about 609 we could start thinking about what we want to do around this area. Depending also on our initial balance and how we set our initial balance. But I think that would be the more conservative approach and the smarter thing to do. Alright, well, here's our unmitigated point of control. Okay, mitigated now. So now is that going to be the fuel for the downside? Excuse me. And what, trading towards that point of control? I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know yet. Pretty solid fake out though. Look above and fail, and then trade back to the overnight value area low for a long. Yeah, look. Looks like this could be our initial balance. Unless something dramatic happens in the next 90 or so seconds. Alright, so could be looking at initial balance short. I should say I am leaning a little too hard on the shorts, so we'll give the first few C prints. Yeah. And give the first few C prints a chance. Okay, well here we go. That's initial balance. Yeah, I still don't feel too comfortable about placing a sell limit there until, I don't know, I just want to see a test of some sort. Because it could really just be a reload. I mean, there is some aggression from the buyers here. 597.50, but push down. There you go, 597, 597.25. Okay, look, our point of control just shifted higher, right? So I think we possibly could see this going lower now. So you know what, let's place one. Yeah, $80 risk right now. $80 risk. But if we see a break and a retest, yeah, from above, then we're gonna have to cut it short. Our invalidation point would be $608, $609, $609. I don't know about a full rotation, but value area low makes sense. Because value area high is overlapping with the initial balance right now. So we might not even get the tag, which I wouldn't be too mad about, because zoom in just so we can see our TPO, yeah. But yeah, a couple of things that would invalidate this. We break through this and we start accepting value above value area high. How will we know whether we're accepting value? If we start seeing, some form of activity above value area high, right? So we start seeing some of these peaks above value area high, and then that could signal acceptance above that price, right? So, it's a little sell limit here. If we get that, then we can then start adding, maybe another position at 595, maybe another one at 587, maybe another one at 582. So we just have to play very smart. We just have to be present. Oh, okay, nah, it's all good. Just gonna shift my camera around. Yeah, big sales at 599, yeah? Look at that accumulated orders, 237, 111, 139, 153. So I'm not entirely sure what the intent of these sellers are. Did we get tagged in there or not? And that spike up in the CVD as well. Same thing on the buyer side. 144, 154, 164, 174. I mean, the orders are piling up.
Order filled.
was pretty aggressive. And see if sellers step in now. And yeah, and look at that C prints above the B, so I'm not too confident about the structure of this. Yeah, and we are building up some volume at the top here, so I don't know, retest of 600, retest of that initial balance. If we find support, if we find support at initial balance, then that doesn't look like it's gonna melt. So really we're looking at our stop above 604s. Let's watch the time in sales as well. Yeah, we are trying to find support there, no? What did I say? 587s. Yeah, I think round about 587. So I look at maybe potentially. And maybe we can see about overnight value area low. Let's put this in the same, let's make that the same target. Then maybe if we break view app, but yeah, we're still away from that. Just need to monitor this right now. $102 accumulated at 650. IB again. $600. Yeah, man. I mean, we're still around about the same. Level. I mean, yeah, I do think we start seeing 604 prints. We start seeing a break of this high. And then that short idea would be dead at that point. But at least just wait for a close. Let's wait for the close above 604. Our risk is small enough for it to not hurt that much. I mean, it'll only be like 20 something bucks. But I think let's add into the position once we can see clearly that it's moving in a direction, right? A couple of weeks ago, I would have entered here with just 5 contracts flat and then just like let fate kind of decide. Not really let fate kind of decide, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, just kind of call it que sera, you know. Que sera, sera, my bad. You know, so we can get into a position and then start building from that position, right? Is kind of what I'm getting at. The reason why 604s would be like our area to stop is because we don't really have, you know, we don't have like acceptance of volume just as of yet. So if we start building volume above, then it is acceptance that actually we do want to trade above initial balance. And so the market will facilitate that, and the market will take price higher, right? Based off intent, based off who wins this little battle, you know. So if we're wrong, let it not be for a lot. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Ugh. Remember what I was saying about like, oh, this hoodie is so warm? It ain't anymore. Temperatures have dropped. I think also having the TPO helps in a way, just in the sense of, yeah, I mean, kind of like leveling, putting up levels, marking out levels as to like, okay, cool, we're printing above, if we start printing above the C print, you know, if we start printing above the C print, of course it is going to mean the volume profile is also going to print, right, above value area high, right? But just kind of being able to see it at a glance, you know, without trying to like specifically time like a high or low, you know what I'm trying to say? So I do need to spend a little more time reading mind over markets though. I think I'll make that the brain food for the week. But yeah, look at this, 109 accumulated, 125, 138, but these are just like hitting, you know, the market. They're not really initiative, you know what I mean? Like the initiative sells are the ones where there's thick red blocks. The initiative buys are the ones with thick green blocks. So kind of in this mini chop area until we're not. It's pretty aggressive. Is there a news thing today? Don't think so. Is there? Maybe we should find out. Doubt it though. Think I would have noticed. Yeah, I mean, those PMI. That was like a long time ago. Yeah, nothing dramatic. Buys are getting quite aggressive here though. Spotting a little exhaustion. Could also just be positioning, you know, so. Yeah. Yeah, I think we should start considering our exit now. Just have one more look at the volume profile. Still, I mean, we are pushing value area high, but we're not actually creating volume outside of the 70%, so. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, even though value area is shifting higher, like we're not breaking outside of it and then creating volume above the value area, you know, which is what I want to see as a confirmation to exit. You know, I also don't want to get out of this prematurely, you know. There are reasons, there are reasons to exit right now because, I mean, we are above initial balance, cool. Value area high is above the initial balance, cool. We're above the VWAP, that's also another thing, you know. But it's as I'm saying, I just feel like we still haven't actually created volume above the initial balance. Not above the initial balance. We haven't created volume above the value area high. So until I see that, you know, essentially what we have at the bottom, at the top, cool, we don't have like that much to go, but it is only an $80. This is like $80 risk with this size with one contract, so we'll see. I mean, the D prints are about to, you know, need to find another thing to call it besides D prints, eh? So I feel like I might, you know, the pause police might come at me. But yeah, we haven't started printing the D's, right? So, man. Start seeing D's above the C's, then that's full trend. Because if you're looking at it if you're looking at it like this from the TPO, A prints, B prints, C prints, right? So trying to time the end of the trend. And my inclination I was kind of feeling like maybe we were gonna start reversing from initial balance. Okay, so there's our first D print. Right at the same level as the C's, right? So we print another 2 above this then. Okay, cool. Then I'll exit them. What's that? Oh, that's where I got in. Yeah. My bad. I even scratched on my screen because I thought there was something wrong. Uh-oh, weak highs, maybe. Yeah, whichever side it goes, I think from here is going to be pretty aggressive. If you break above these this weak high that's formed here, the C and the D, I feel like that's going to be pretty aggressive. If we start printing lower, that's going to be pretty aggressive, and I think we'll see the aggressiveness of it on either side, right? So above the C's or just below initial balance, right? Saw entry. So which is why I also wanted to hold for a little longer. That's why I still want to hold for a little bit, at least until volume starts printing above this value area. then I'll be like, okay, cool. Then I'm being an idiot now, you know. But until then, Hodo, my G. Another thing I realize is that I'm only anxious when I trade if there's a lot of size. Do you know what I mean? So if I'm in a trade and there's like 5 lots, right? If I'm in a trade with 5 lots at if I'm in a trade with 5 lots, 4 points is what? $100, you know, so becomes a bit, just a lot that starts to start weighing on the success of the trade in itself, so. But that aggressiveness, as I said, if you do start printing below this D here, and then delta's shifting. Now point of control is above the initial balance. So, I mean, that's also another condition that's kind of changed things. We were fine with the point of control here, but now that fair value is above initial balance, there is reason for it to go higher. It always was, but now it's just kind of, the confluence is kind of stacking on the side of the buyers right now, unless something dramatic happens. And yeah, CVD is loading. The buyers are loading up on the CVD. At least they're trying to. 601s. Let's see, there still could be one more push. There could be one gigantic push from the sellers. We'll see. I am considering adding at 594, but I think we're fine at 587. Yeah, I think we're fine at 587, and then yeah, 594 could be a little too soon. I also do need a break through this initial balance. It is initiative selling right at it, you know. It is being bought back up though. Yeah, I guess maybe once we build ourselves like a nice enough buffer, you know, once we can get to that place where we have like a nice enough buffer, then we will look at like being aggressive at each level, right? So adding there, you know, so adding 1 contract, 2 contracts, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, something like that. But I just don't have the size right now for me to be able to do that. And I'm also trying to keep the account, you know, so there's that little factor, me trying to demonstrate good trading practices for future employers, herein referred to as the company. It's gonna be annoying. Our TPOC is right here, is right at initial balance as well. So TPOC right below initial balance, right? B prints, C prints, D prints. So I mean, if we can break below 599.50, maybe. Then maybe. Okay, our point of control just shifted lower. And then higher. But yeah, for sure, if buyers do want to take control of this market, they do need to break that high. And we do need to see, not we, but they would have to start building value above this value area, so until those conditions are met, we're still in. It doesn't look like it's gonna work out right now, but we're still in. Look at that, CVD's dropping. I am hungry though, I ain't gonna lie, I'm hungry. Could that be determining my trading performance? But yeah, support, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4 at the POC. If they are gonna break it, this is the time. If they're gonna break above, this is the time to do it. When did we get this? And this is why they say past performance does not indicate future trading performance. I don't know if that's why they say it, but that's what I'm saying right now. Six oh three 50, 603s. Oh, we're gonna be here for a little bit. Yeah, I mean, we're accumulating quite a lot of buy orders there. It's what, 60425? Not a lot of action. Not a lot of movement to the upside. I mean, value high is right there, 609. So you would expect that to be some form of, by right, you know, you would expect that to be a magnet, right? For the price to get there. in like one swoop of sorts, in a single swoop. And we're kind of forming a channel here. So yeah, so I mean, yeah. Upside or downside, which is a duh, but I guess there's your one swoop. Didn't get all the way there, but yeah, it's close enough, is it not? It's 3 ticks. Yeah, and it did get like those deep prints above those C's. I mean, yeah, holding this longer kind of feels a bit like hopium, eh, fam? Yeah. Yeah, it might not look like acceptance of value on the volume profile, but it sure does look like it on the TPO. You know, so this is our value area on the TPO from 606, and then we have our D prints there. So, Delta just made a significant push up, but price didn't follow. Is that our yeah, it's our value area high. Finally, 609, round bun. It is a bit of a strange one because we do have, okay, let me drop the volume on my side at least. We do have acceptance above the initial balance, right? But we don't have acceptance above value area high. Okay, I don't know what that was, but we need that to happen again. Hey, that was dramatic. What was all of this? Anyway, it's just the boys being boys. But yeah, as I was saying, right? We have acceptance above initial balance, right? Cool. As we can see, like, you know, came, held, broke above, came, held, you know, broke above the highs, right? Cool. But at the same time, on the volume profile, we're not developing any volume above value area high, you know? So we're still inside the range. You get what I'm saying? We're still inside the 70% of where volume wants to trade in. You know, so as much as like we've broken outside of initial balance, we still haven't broken above value area. At least we haven't started forming any value above value area high. You know, which is what's still kind of keeping me in the trade. Not kind of, that's what's keeping me in the trade. And even though all of these other things are stacked against us, right? Like the delta, you know, cool. There's like all of this buying that's been going on. The deltas in the 9,000s, you know, just kind of seeing signs that, you know, not really trading above value. So if I'm not trading above value, then logically, where's price gonna go? It's gonna go to the other end of it, which right now is all the way down here at 570. You know. Yeah. So until that condition changes, right? Until I see volume above, then cool. And I'm comfortable with doing that because I didn't enter with with a lot of size. You know what I mean? Oof, temperatures. That of course could change on like the next leg up. Like we could start developing volume above, and then I'll concede. You know. Thought I was gonna, you know, did try to give it a, you know, a look with the TPO over here, you know, when we had like the weak highs over there, but then we broke those, and then we also started trading above the TPO's value area high. So yeah, so what's our support? Also our support. Now, support is right here, you know, where we have this BCD prints down here at 599.50. Do believe we break below that, then maybe we start to see a trend in the other direction, or a rebalancing of sorts. I don't know, but I'm willing to stick around to find out. Yeah. Okay, those are our E prints now. Let's see. I mean, if a trend is gonna start, if we are gonna break this uptrend, then you know, we do need to print below these D prints. You know, that has to happen. Not has to, but it would be nice if it happened in this leg. You know, then this uptrend would be dead. But failure of which, I don't know I don't know what to tell you. How to tell it to you. Look at that. Delta's in the 6,000s now. We just win the 9,000s 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes ago. So either some sellers stepped in or buyers got exhausted. Hello from the other side. We are kind of building a little form of what's the word I want to use? Insurance. There we go. Using my colonial English. Yeah, I mean, just being able to be on the charts for this long will come in handy at some point, I'm sure. I hope. But yeah, look, a break of, we break below initial balance, we come back, maybe, get a retest of it, maybe we continue. Again, I don't want to, I'd love to add here because it will make our position better, but I feel like 587s is a good place to add. Just that like now, well, it was a good place to add. It's just now view app is creeping up, right? So you could trade there and find support and then come back up. So we might have to reconsider that once we break, if we can break initial balance. Yeah. And then later on, then maybe a rotation of a rotation of overnight value could be in play. So we'll add here, maybe add another one here, and then we'll add 2 more contracts here, perhaps. Big perhaps, because I don't know. At this point, I don't think anyone can say for sure where the market is going. Right? I don't think anyone can for sure 100% say we're gonna buy from this level, we're gonna, but you can stack probabilities for a trade thesis. So there's nothing that's 100%, there's no guarantee. So it's just kind of stacking probabilities in your favor as much as you can. That's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to do. But yeah, man, that overnight value area trade would have been fantastic. Just thinking about it now, it's a $1,000 trade. That would have been a great trade. But alas, in hindsight, everyone's a genius, so. Yeah, look, we're printing above value area high again. And the same thing that happened with the volume profile is what's happening with the TPOs, with the TPO chart. Like when we had that break of the D prints, we broke above, but we broke above value area high, right? It's value area high. Let me show you what I mean. When these D prints printed, they printed above value area high. These E prints printed higher, but they dragged value area high with them. So it's not really acceptance of value above, right? On the volume profile, which I've been saying is what's keeping me in the trade. And then again, there's, you know, no acceptance of value, at least not yet, with the E prints above value area high. Could that change? Yes, 100%. But until it does, okay. This was our first indication of acceptance above. Did we close above value or not? This looks like sellers are getting up. That's what that looks like. Gotta stick to our guns. Also, I was trying to avoid X today because, yeah, people are dropping spoilers on the new House of the Dragon episode, and I feel like I kind of already know what's happening because just from like random people's tweets, it's like, oh man, I don't want to piece the story together myself. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be some fun little downtime after this. You know, after this trade is done. But yeah, you better not drop any spoilers in the chat. I'd be annoyed. I'd be annoyed. Such an old man thing to say. I'd be so annoyed. Waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. It's a different type of trade today. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, waiting for that. Our stop is where it is, based off our risk parameters, right? But still, just waiting for acceptance of value. Okay, look. Does kind of seem like we're trying to do that right now. 610, 609, 609, 75, 610, 610, 75. Maybe it happens here. It would be nice if the value area high just stayed static, right? And then, would have known a long time ago that, we should have got out. You know what I mean? But again, it's the fact that like it still stays within the volume, right? Within the value area. You know what I mean? Like we're not building volume above the value area. Even though we're pushing the value area higher, we're not building volume above value, right? So it's like somewhat annoying. But I have a precondition for my exit, so I have a condition for my exit. So yeah, at this point we're above the composite value area high. So maybe, you could look at a close below 610s. Close below 610s and maybe we start rotating lower. Now that we've so comfortably broke above it. Six tens, break below, retest, lower. Maybe something like that. We are gonna have to be cautious around this area here. I'm just noticing. Yeah, it might not even come to that. But yeah, if we do start rotating low, I'm just remember, just noticing the point of control here at 590. So it would make sense to get in below 590, below this point of control. And it also does make me a little tentative to get in short just above VWAP, you know what I mean? So yeah. $614s, start printing $614s. Again, just depending on, you know, the types of prints that we see on the time and sales. And then, yeah, then it would be safe to call it, you know, it would be safe to call it dead at that point. $12.50. There it is. Yeah. 12.75s. $12.50s. Man, listening to the same song over and over and over again. Let's switch it up. Oh man, we just keep pushing. We just keep pushing the value area high with price. Man. Yeah, there's our 614s. I think we are gonna see a stop here. Yeah, let's let it run its course. Let's let it run its course, and yeah, pretty expansive day though today, you know. I think also because I came into the market leaning a little towards, not a little, I was pretty bearish today, wasn't I? I really wanted to see, I guess, yeah, I did. I really wanted to see this gap fill. I don't see that happening in this session. Yeah, something dramatic would have to happen, but I don't see us doing this rotation because we're talking about almost 100 points. So I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I would have preferred it if the value area didn't move up with price and it just stayed. But the fact that we've been pushing value area high, didn't really give us an opportunity to get out. I mean, could have got out if we really wanted to. Could have got out above the CD prints. We could have gone out above the DE prints. But again, what was still keeping me in this trade was just that. Like we hadn't actually built any value above the volume profile. I feel like we're so close to our stop now that like if we start doing that now, it's definitely going to be a stop out. And also just the way that the market has been moving so far, we print higher, we're just going to push the value area high with it. So, yeah. Just a little too close now to our stop. So I don't mind it that much because again, didn't enter with a lot of size, right? Only entered with one contract. And from initial balance, I did say that, we would add lower, so we got tagged in there and then the market continued going higher. It's fine. We did have an opportunity, perhaps maybe to consider an exit roundabout here, and the point of control shifted above initial balance. But again, the fact that we weren't printing any, weren't creating any value above this value area high, that's what really kept me in for the shorts. We are at the composite volume profiles value area high. Below it now, it pushed up to 612.75. So can stay below 612.75, then maybe there's a chance that it goes lower, but 610s are healthy. But yeah, we're looking at 612.75. Price does need to stay below this, for that continuation lower. I'm fine with the VWAP creeping up. If it can move up higher than our second entry, then this would make this an even better entry. Again, that's if, excuse me, that's if we can break initial balance, right? We can break through initial balance high. Then, what we would be trading towards the VWAP. Whether we hold VWAP and then continue the rally higher is now a completely different question, but yeah. We also entered this with a sell limit, which I thought was valid. I don't think that was like rushing into it too much. We did see some resistance there on the setting of it, so sell limit wasn't too far-fetched, so nothing too wrong with the entry, and nothing too wrong with the stop, and nothing too wrong with the size, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with the exit idea either, So, com 6, com 7, you know what I'm saying? Com 6, com 7. This house is cold though, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I'd survive snow. Yeah, what do we have over here? Now we're printing our F prints. Same concept really, right? This was our trend. pretty good trend up. From the open, print it lower, and then just continued printing higher. So A prints, we had our B prints, those printed higher, and our C prints. Above the B's, printed higher, and our D prints above the C's. So but yeah, I think we were leaning a little bearish today. Just a little too bearish. You know what I mean? So I didn't even consider this overnight value area high long. If it was at the overnight point of control, then maybe. But overnight value area high. Yeah. Another thing I don't want to do is I don't want to move this higher. I don't want to move this stuff higher because thing about like habits, right, is that like once you start doing things and they work out once, you start doing them repetitively, right? So for example, there was a season recently, right, where I'd move my stops so that I wouldn't get stopped out, right? Then I'd move my stops to like places where if I did get stopped out, like it would ruin my account. And then I got away with it like once, and I got away with it a second time. Then I forgot that I got away with it, and then I remembered that I'd once got away with it, and I did it again, and then I got away with it the third time. And then of the 2 times I've done that, the 2 occasions that I've done that, and it didn't work out, it ruined my account. So I don't want to just be like, well, it is only one contract. Let me just like push it to 620. I guess we get the stuff. We'll come back another day. It's not gonna ruin us. And I do need to get into the habit of like taking small losses. Been taking chunks of losses, like 400 was at first 200 was a standard, and then I wanted to pass my eval quicker, so I opened up my stop to 16 points with 5 contracts, and that became 400 stop. And then I got comfortable with the 400 stop, and then it's like, yeah, okay, cool, I can lose 800. Which is alright if you have a lot of drawdown, but I only have like $1,500 worth of drawdown. So that's almost half the account. It's not half of the 50K. It's just half of the permitted drawdown, which does make this a little harder. But I am the one who's trying to pay bills. So I gotta do what I gotta do. boss, stop me out already or go lower. Such a negative Nancy. Also need to find out where that saying comes from and who this Nancy was. Oh, so. Must be freezing, huh? Really? Or just hinge in a tundra. Mna shanga umqando la senze ngagqoka amajesi ayi-2. You're prepared for the day. Yeah, maybe this could still melt. Value area high, 613. Volume node over here, 612s. Maybe, fam. I don't know. We have been up here for a while now, have we not? Yeah, maybe not that long, like 20 minutes. Excuse me, voice.
So between them is a proper one.
For who?
So someone knowing Newcastle.
Yeah, I think for the first part of the season, at least for the first maybe 3 or 4 games, I think Rice.
Will be go. Why?
Because he played all of the games last season.
I don't know who makes this game or
I think it's just the game. It'll just depend on the game. But the way I see it would be Bruno Rice, Odegaard, or Bruno Rice, Eze. Or if we're playing like maybe a more type of transitional game, then maybe Bruno Rice, Superman. Yeah. And then Merino can play. Merino plays and he cycles with Havertz and Gyökeres. So he's not really a 6. If you have Rice as a 6, Bruno in front of him, Bruno and Odegaard. Did that transfer go through? I didn't actually get the notification. 80 something million. I know they agreed on a fee, I just didn't know that the transfer had gone through.
For everything.
For all intents and purposes. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good midfield. End of.
You lose.
Trossard.
Rogers.
Doesn't want to overpay for it. You guys paid a lot for Rodgers.
Yeah, but if you lose him and then who do you replace him?
Vinicius.
Vinicius and that's it.
Okay, but Vinicius Junior. I'm telling you.
Not from Real Madrid to Arsenal. Really.
It's about the stress.
Eh?
It's about the stress. You're gonna be stressed out this season. Vinicius Junior to Arsenal. And Indigo saying back to the charts. Never found a line. Problem until I stay here, I was.
Real Madrid is the team.
I know Real Madrid is a big team, man. But it's Sabah. It's not. No. I get your Scotland Villa Chiefs comparison is based on money, right?
Is that?
You're basing this on financials.
Not
or not on their history as a football club.
Yeah, as a history.
Okay, but all corner is that whatever that guy wants to get paid, they've offered him already.
No.
So Konokana, Tawana over Vinicius ufuna ama image rights. Ufuna 80% of our image rights. Yes, because when I in Zanjalo, then they have to do the same thing for Mbappe, for Jude, for all of their star players. Basically.
Then can you do that with him?
They offered him 100% of his image rights.
Back when I never only 100%
No, but the rest of the players are like 60-70% image rights, and also the thing that the owners want more than anything is the Champions League. As far as the Premier League, I'm saying as far as Premier League is concerned, they've ticked that box. So
Where's the top?
Arsenal.
Huh?
Arsenal.
What was I win?
Since we won it already.
They've won it already.
The Premier League, fella. I'm saying to the only thing that the owners want now that's left is the Champions League. You know, so. And they're a rich family, so it's not over my wage demands, etc. It's not due to the money's not there.
Then I get money, what do they do? But I'm going to have this one key.
Phela lina liyathiwa kwenzani lokho lina lenza i-Ponzi scheme phela eChelsea. Ngiclear nokuyi-Ponzi scheme. A Ponzi scheme.
Why would you say a Ponzi scheme?
120 million pounds for Rodgers. No, Rodgers 120 million, which would pay abo Vinicius, labo Dembele, labo Mbappe, so I'm at 300. And then I just got talking up about that sign with Jordan Henderson. At least well pick cash flow was like.
Yeah.
That way. Oh, tell up. Tell up. And I'm saying I'm in. I'm saying I'm in.
Now, I don't know why they don't have to. Now, I'd rather have Jackson as a backup striker. Jackson to that man at 10, 12, 14. Anybody who made a 14 goal. And Puma from the bench. So, I'm going to have to ask.
Well, he's still your player, by the way, huh? He's still your player.
Is that?
He's still your player.
But that is why it's a history.
Oh, what? I consider we a Ponzi scheme. You're not allowed to make transfers this season, are you? Not after these ones. Didn't you just get a ban?
It's less suspension. But the transfer label is not because of the players we say some owners they did something but
Ponzi scheme, ngiyalitshela. Awuphenduka umrussian. I think you had a better football history with him. You know, because one thing, he was willing to do anything for the club.
He loves himself. God is there to make money out of it. None of these guys are really out because they say I'm not taking it for that. But the biggest error is
Yeah. But who's gonna buy him? Because it's not Madrid. Yeah, but it's not Madrid. He's not gonna go to Madrid anymore.
Sorry?
So he's not gonna go to Real Madrid anymore.
I'm saying few teams would want to buy him for more than that.
That's what I'm saying. So he's not gonna go to Real Madrid. He's not gonna go to Real Madrid because Real Madrid is getting Rodri.
Real Madrid is what?
Is buying Rodri. So
they want?
Oh, Rodri.
Yeah, but I was about
They'll get him. They'll get Rodri. He's Spanish. He's a Spanish captain. He's done everything that he could do at Man City. He's already done. So he's going to go to Real Madrid.
I don't. I didn't see the idea. But then it doesn't become it. It's about Anderson.
About Anderson.
Top player. I don't know how he has to do.
It's a damn shame. Little football talk with the old man. Yeah, 613s again. I mean, you guys know my principle on this. If it's gonna stop us out, let it stop us out. Yeah. Weak eyes on the ENFs, but as we've seen, just keep pushing the value area high. So. You guys are going to be poor this season.
Sorry?
I'm saying you guys are going to be poor this season.
Yeah.
I'm saying you're going to be poor this season.
You're going to?
Be poor this season.
What is it?
I'm saying Chelsea is going to be poor this season.
Poor.
Yeah.
Poor in play.
Yeah.
You think so?
I don't see, I don't see the recruitments that you made.
Yeah, recruitment.
Because who's replacing Kukurea?
There's this Italian boy.
That's never encouraging.
Eh?
That's never encouraging.
Why?
This Italian boy October.
You are playing this last one now. This big name, you ever play ever see?
Big names njengoba
Eh?
njengoba
You ain't
you think Henderson was a statement buy? I don't think Henderson was a statement buy. But he had his time when he was a good player. He was a good player. Not really. I mean, no, he didn't. You bought Dilap from what's that team that got relegated? Saying quickly if you team one coin. Dilap didn't come to your team with a big reputation. Maybe the last big reputation player that you bought was Caicedo and Fernandes, but Liam Delap. Liam Delap, big reputation. I don't know about that.
Now we just need two things to happen.
What's that?
We need to remove two times not to get injured.
James.
Yeah. And
James and what?
someone else. This is like it, no?
Oh, Reece James.
And we need Palmer to find four.
Yeah. Nah,
I
yeah.
I'm going to get 14 to pieces. 23.
Yeah, that's why I think you guys are not gonna be good this season, because you don't really have squad depth. Not even that you don't have squad depth.
We have
You don't. You have players, but you don't have depth. Like you don't have.
which position nothing to
Okay, for Kukure mfana na with this Italian boy, mbani backup yakhe.
No,
I see my play. You're gonna finish in the same position, if not worse. Alistrengthenanga phela lini. Unless you're saying the Rogers, Welbeck, and Henderson. Rogers I can see, right? Rogers, Cole Palmer, João Pedro, right? But then you don't have a Fernandes backup, you don't have a Caicedo backup, you sold that other boy to
Stop field.
Man U, Santos, you know. So I mean, the season is just in a few weeks. And I saw the highlights for your game against Tottenham, eh? Whoa. All right, boys. So that's the stop. Yeah, we didn't get any, none of that stuff I was looking for. The value, above value area high. We might need to revisit that as an exit or as a potential continuation signal. But yeah, I think we did miss out on the trade that we could have taken. Just gonna close that. Which was our overnight value area high, right? Overnight value area high. Yeah, and then maybe perhaps this could have been our signal to get out of that short, right, with the point of control, but not that much size to it. Just double check. Yeah. Yeah, a buck loss. Nothing too hectic. But yeah, we'll get him again. We'll give it another go tomorrow. As per usual, I'll drop the journal on my Substack so you guys can check that out. And then, yeah. But yeah, catch your voice tomorrow. Same time, 9:15 EST, 3:15 CAT. Peace.